It's Week 16 of the National Football League. And coming up next is the Commanders' speedy running back. Your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Commanders and the Broncos, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team, and losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
And off we go from Denver. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. He is hard to corral.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Lawrence.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. A handoff running left, Brooks. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. He finds his man, complete. It's Lawrence. Well, this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
To throw is Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. You talk about this Washington defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball out of the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot.
And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondary... because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Morrison. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Back to throw. Freeman.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Now a give up the middle to Williams.
And he will have the Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now it's Nix. He'll drop this down to Williams.
And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Throwing Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. Back to the air with Nix.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams.
He's across midfield.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
To throw. Here's Nix.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
On play action, here's Nix. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix.
He's got Watkins on the out route. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
And his kick is good. And that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now or get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Commanders' offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And here we are in the month of December with his name sitting atop the leaders in rushing yards as the season nears its end. Strong finish here in the final stretch of games could earn him the crown.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
6-0 our score after 1. And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
operating from the gun. Freeman into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Drew Sanders. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Nix to the air.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Give that sack to Nakobe Dean. Well, this offense has already been forced to settle for field goals on their drives earlier, so this is not a welcome sign here.
Indeed, it is not, and they certainly hope it's not a sign for the entire game because they know they've got to be able to sustain drives all the way through. Pick up those guys rushing the quarterback and give himself a chance.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Nix from the shotgun.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal.
On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will make this a 9-point lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll run on first down. Morrison. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Holding. Offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Freeman. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Now it's the backup Goff. And a quick throw here that's complete. Shifts by him, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Morrison. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far. And after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Over the middle, open is Thomas. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Goff. Short throw caught by Pitts. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now Goff. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Morrison. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 2. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Nix.
And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
This is taken at the 18. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Out of the gun. Goff. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Palmer. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And the Washington first down.
An option handoff given to Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 7.
Now it's Goff. Thomas has got it. Complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Now Goff.
That is caught. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A shotgun snap for Goff.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. To the air again, Goff. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a handoff. Here's Williams.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
To throw is Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Goff now looking to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. A final shot before break here. Goff. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We start with the battle of East versus West in the NFC. Philadelphia playing host to Seattle. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. A.J. Brown, a touchdown reception. Next, we take a trip down the coast to Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. 28-14 was your final score. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they were winners in that one over the visiting L.A. Chargers. C.D. Lamb, a touchdown catch in the victory. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And they can't bring him down. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went in at the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thomas.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
Up the middle they go. It's Morrison. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Goff now to throw.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on 3rd down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Morrison. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And swung out wide to Harris.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
Here's Goff. His pass caught at the 4.
And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Here's Goff. Steps away. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jared Goff. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 5.
Broncos 9.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On the option to give to Williams here. To the 43, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here's Nix. Finding room at midfield.
And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's looking sharp here so far in the 3rd quarter, Charles.
It appears that the halftime gave him a little bounce. You know, came out, springing his legs, a little pep in his step, and he's taking off and running really well in the 3rd quarter.
Sometimes we talk about how guys don't want halftime to come, but some guys, they're happy when that break gets there.
You never know which way it's going to go. He's taking advantage of it in this one, though.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Goff.
That's taken in by Palmer.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Commanders first down.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
From the gun, here's Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
First down, Washington.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed.
2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Goff now looks to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
They'll set up a throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Corner blitz got home there. Pat Surtain, the one that dropped him.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new, it worked there. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
To throw, here's Nix.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lawrence. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4.
Throwing Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line.
A gain of 22.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Over the middle, complete. That's Lindsey. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. They give it to Williams, running right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Now they'll toss it out right to Williams.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there.
Now a hit and a loose football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. 1st down, and they go back to Harris. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, open is Thomas. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Freeman. He's got Thomas yet again complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Back to throw again. That is caught. But he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Commanders are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Denver's offense now set to go. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. They begin the drive with Williams. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 33.
To throw is Nix. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Now the Commanders' offense set to take over. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
The offense on third down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This time it's 3rd and 3. Thomas brings it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Operating from the gun, Freeman. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw again.
Throw caught by Musgrave.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. From 10 yards out.
And the Commanders have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
So the Broncos coming out now.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 49-yard line.
Nix to the air.
He finds his man, complete. That's Lawrence.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Here's Nix once more.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's
29-yard line. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the 4th quarter. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Now here's another carry for Harris. 76 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Commanders, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.